Welcome back to our next session of Chapter 5. Let's do a quick revision of what we did in our last lecture. We studied about Omni-Channel. Omni-Channel means focusing on the customer's experience of marketing and communication channels so that brands, e-commerce can connect with the customers and can build a very valuable relationship. We studied different trends that propel on omni-channel marketing into the mainstream, which were these main three trends. First one was focusing on mobile commerce in the now economy. Second one was bringing web roaming into the offline channels. And which was the third one? The third one was bringing showrooming into online channels. We studied those trends with examples. Then I covered optimizing omni-channel experience with big data analytics. And we studied about step-by-step omni-channel marketing, which are the different steps included. Step one was map all the possible touch points and channels across the buyer's path that covering all the 5 ways. Then we studied about communication channel, sales channel, touch points through the diagrams. Step 2 was identifying the most critical touch points and channels. And the third step was improve and integrate the most critical touch points and channels. Then I covered integrating the best online and offline channels, how you are going to integrate that. Integrating online and offline channels can generate powerful results for brands, combining the speed and precision of digital with the brand building power of traditional. Right? Now we will start with our next slide, and let me share my screen. Enhancing digital experience through mobile apps, right? Enhancing digital experience through mobile apps. Now in this, clients rely heavily on smartphones. Clients rely heavily on smartphones to perform various activities. In fact, average American checks their phone around 46 times a day, according to the study of Deloitte. Surprised? So smartphones have arguably become the best channels for engaging clients. Evidently, most of the top 100 global trademarks now use mobile apps to engage their clients. A great example of this is Pokemon Go app, which uses augmented reality technology. As people go to different places, fictional creatures appear virtually on their app screen, encouraging people to travel more and collect more Pokemons. So beautiful. Secondly, what is the second one? Secondly, mobile apps can be launched as self-service channels through which clients access their accounts information or make transactions. Example, Toyota Financial Services app enables Toyota owners to manage their accounts and even make their payments inside the app. So thirdly, mobile apps can be integrated into the core product or service experience. The My BMW remote app, for example, can be used to unlock your cars. It can be used to sound the car's horn or flashlights to make it easy for users to find their cars where they are located. So now clients have, what you can say, have hassle-free access to the trademarks. These are the things which we studied. So now, to develop a good mobile app, vendors should go through several steps. What are these several steps? First is to determine the use cases. Marketers need to conduct a proper market research to identify buyer frustration points, especially in experiencing their products and services. So from those frustration points, marketers should figure out how an app can solve the problems. Okay. For example, L'Oreal. You can take this example. For example, L'Oreal found that the biggest hurdle in buying the cosmetics online is that clients cannot imagine what products will look good on them. So they developed an augmented reality app called Makeup Genius that utilizes the smartphone camera as a virtual mirror, thereby allowing clients to experiment with L'Oreal products. So clients can see which product looks best on them and share the result on social media. Step 2, design the key functionalities and user interface. What do you mean by this? A major inclination in mobile app is the use of SOLOMO, that is social, location, and mobile. The major inclination in mobile apps. So a prime example of this is Nike Plus Run Club app, which has all the social locations and mobile elements. Clients can track their running data. Running data means location, and receive coaching on the mobile. They can also post their photo along with their running data on social media. So the easiness of the app plays a key role in this. Followed? So design the key functionalities and user interface. Which is the third one? Third one is develop a back-end integration. Develop a back-end integration. Most apps cannot stand on their way. They are only the interface that must be integrated with the back-end system. Most apps cannot stand on their own. They are only the interface that must be integrated, that must be combined with the back-end system. So the amalgamation typically involves the back office, the physical outlets, the other media channels, and third-party partners. For example, Walgreens app allows full health services for patients, wherein all facilities, including live online sessions, live online consultations with the doctors, works on the mobile app. Followed? So, we studied about how to develop a good mobile app. Vendors must go through which different steps, determine the use cases, design the key functionalities and user face, and develop a back-end integration. Back-end integration. Now we come to the next one, providing solutions with social CRM. It has become imperative for the trademarks to connect with the clients to social media. I hope you all agree with this statement. Social CRM is the use of social media to manage the trademark interactions with the clients and build a very long-term relationships. And that will be essential for the buyer engagement also. So social CRM is a major shift from the traditional CRM. Social CRM is the major shift from the traditional CRM. We will see now what is the difference between the traditional CRM and social CRM. What is the difference between the traditional CRM and social CRM? Traditional CRM is a company driven, whereas social CRM is customer driven. Traditional CRM, companies dictate the communication with clients, outbound channels such as emails, call centers, whereas in the social CRM, clients initiate communication with inbound inquiries through social media. Followed? So the social CRM knows no business hours and clients accept quick response across the clock. It is more one-way, cyclical, traditional CRM, whereas social CRM is conversational and contains ongoing dialogues. Followed? So this is the difference between traditional CRM and social CRM. Coming to the next slide. Social CRM, there are typically three uses or three used cases of social CRM. We have studied this. The first is to listen to the voice of the buyer. The second is to involve the trademarks in general dialogue. And the third use case is to handle the complaints that potentially lead to trademark crisis. Followed. So companies are expected to give solutions to the buyer's issues before the issue goes viral. So it is important to know that social CRM is not the same as the social media marketing. Remember this, social CRM is not the same as social media marketing, although the differences between the two techniques are blurring. So social media marketing involves delivering trademarks, messages, and content through social media, while social CRM involves resolving buyer issues. Followed? Social media marketing involves delivering trademark messages and content through social media, while social CRM involves resolving buyers' issues. Social media marketing is more dynamic as a result of social media fragmentation. Thus, trademarks need to be placed in multiple social media platforms to reach more customers. Agreed? While social CRM is relatively more stable because not many social media platforms are suitable for ongoing dialogues. Here, I'll repeat. Here, social CRM is relatively more stable. Why it is more stable? Because not many social media platforms are suitable for ongoing dialogues. And in some cases, social media marketing and social CRM coexist. So some trademarks use separate social media accounts, one for content marketing and other for social CRM. I can give you the example, Nike's social media accounts @Nike.com for the main account, content marketing, and the other one is Nike's support.com for social. So this is what it is. So CRM having centralized control over social profits makes it simple for brands to see the bigger picture. Right? So with a social CRM strategy, brands can monitor comments and private messages from a singular dashboard. Social CRM strategies goes hand in hand with social conversational marketing strategies. Smartphones, smart brands are investing in these areas. And this is written by Ryan Delamore, Chat Foundation. So the ability of managing social media marketing and social CRM within the organization is usually separate, involving two different teams and goals. Here, so if anything goes wrong in the social CRM, it can be isolated fast without damaging the main social media account. At the back end, it can be cured. So the social media marketing is more popular than social CRM. And some trademarks use one social media account for both purposes. So it depends company to company. So strategic decisions such as whether to prioritize visibility, whether to prioritize growth or conversion should guide the process of data gathering and analysis, which in turn can reveal the most profitable courses of action. So strategic decisions are very, very necessary, essential. Additional business intelligence acquired with social CRM software allows what companies to make data-driven moves while ongoing interaction with the customers, stimulates loyalties, and greatly increases crisis management capacities. Correct, no? because they can interact with the customers. They can tell what changes needs to be done at the back end. And with this, the customers, with this, the loyalties, the advocacy rates can be improved. So that's why business of any size would be smart to formulate a social CRM strategy without delay and implement it as a matter of high priority. So it is important to build sense and respond capabilities. It is very important. Develop and empower social CRM agents. And step 3 is to leverage community involvement, as we have studied this before too. Okay. The next slide. Driving desired behavior with gamification mobile apps. Driving desired behavior with gamification mobile apps. Now in this, first we will study what is gamification. What do you mean by gamification? Gamification refers to the implementation of game principles and game design elements in non-game contexts and activities. The goal of gamification is to provide a fun-filled experience in non-game contexts and activities. So such content motivates the audience to engage, to interact, and share. So intrinsic motivations, that is shopping gamification, focused attention, shopping enjoyment, and socialness indirectly influences the intention to buy using a mobile app channeled by shopping engagement. Clear? I'll repeat. Intrinsic motivations, that is the inner motivations. Intrinsic motivations. Which are these intrinsic motivations? Like shopping gamification, focus attention, shopping engagement, and socialness. And socialness indirectly influences the intention to buy using a mobile app channeled by shopping engagement. So gamification influences the customer's interaction, important, the customer's interaction with the interface, and its efficacy concerns not only the customer relationship matrix, but also the experiential aspects related to the interaction with the gamified interface, such as engagement, enjoyment, and flow. Followed? So the development of these new technologies, the spread of new communication and retailing channels as well are increasingly available, and they are innovative. You can say they are very innovative and are changing the consumers' habits. So much of innovation is happening and consumers are adapting to these changes very fast. So this is increasingly true in China, where a multitude of multifunctional apps is providing a potential, what you can say, shopping experience compared to the one provided in the Western countries. So organizations are increasingly making use of gamification to enhance user engagement with their mobile apps. Successful mobile app gamification is about the design and development and has the main goal of engaging the user and retaining them, right? You have to engage your users and you have to see to it how are you going to make them as your loyal customers, retain them. The next slide. This is what about the gamification we just studied about, okay? So gamification, mobile app enhances interaction with applications by 1/3. The number of comments increase for the game by 13%. Number of shares on social media increases by 22. Gain content visibility 68%. So attain, what you can say, the leading position in the search engines. They can grow a wide number of users of targeted audience, ready to use your app. Gamification gives stable social existence, more promising views, boost engagement with your app, 100% happy users. Gamification is mostly used in two major contexts of building engagement, that is the loyalty program and buyers communities. Example, TripAdvisor uses gamification to increase engagement. Within loyalty programs, clients are incentivized with reward redeemable points. In buyers communities, they are motivated with reputation points, also known as badges, which they give. So reviewers are encouraged to write more reviews to increase their status, and are also emailed their ranking in comparison to others. So these game principles are so rewarding to the clients for completing tasks or encouraging competition for higher ranking, that the clients really get engaged in it. So it is useful for companies to estimate the marketing budget. They can predict exactly how much to spend in order to gain a certain amount of revenue. So gamification is a, what you can say, smart way to collect buyers' data, both transactional and non-transactional, for customization and personalization. Followed. So to use the next slide, to use gamification for buyer engagement, there are typically three major steps that marketers follow, which are these: define actions to trigger. When I say step one, define actions to trigger, what does this include? So when clients complete required actions, they earn points. When I go, I purchase, I earn some points. The more they buy points, the more they buy the things, they earn more points. So in Starbucks, rewards purchases adds up to star rewards. If I go and have lots of points, then I can redeem for free food and drinks also. Sometimes they provide birthday coupons free with drinks. You have a birthday, then you have free drinks. So define actions to trigger, because of which I drink coffee, I earn more points, I get free coupons. Second, define customer enrollment and tiering. Most companies classify buyer status into tiers. Example, gold, silver, bronze. These are the different tiers to better manage relationships and costs. So each tier is associated with certain privileges and hence certain cost to serve. So with tiering, companies also aim to increase each buyer's lifetime value and focus on clients who are most valuable to them. Hence, clients feel valued. Clients feel valued when they receive better services as they achieve a higher status. So these are different techniques which are used. Example, Sephora, a French chain of cosmetics stores, offers a 3-tier program. The lowest tier is called a Beauty Insider, which allows clients to sign up without any purchase. You just go sign up and you are into that tier. You don't purchase for that. So the lowest tier is called a Beauty Insider. Even in the lowest tier, Sephora offers birthday gifts and free beauty classes. To reach to the next two levels, which are very important, Beauty Insider and very important Beauty Pro. So clients needs to spend certain amount of money on Sephora beauty products. So tiering allows company to structurally track the progress of each clients and serve as a guidepost as to where clients are along the act to advocate spectrum. Are they advocating? Are they not advocating? How are they going? So that's how it is all about. Third step is to determine recognition and rewards. The next step is to assign certain privileges and rewards that clients are entitled to within the tiers. So good privilege is to have exclusive access which is unavailable without enrollment in the program and is available to clients in a particular tier only. If I am into that particular tier, if I have purchased certain things, I am into that points, I fall into the gold tier. So it can be access to better product offers or discounts. LendUp, for example, offers loans with lower interest rates in higher tiers. So if I earn certain points, I go into that higher tier where I can get loan facilities with a lower interest rate as compared to others. Another growing trend is towards instant gamification rewards that are redeemable right away without waiting for accumulation. I can immediately redeem my points. I will not accumulate it. Example for this is McDonald's Happy Meal, which gives away free collectible toys with purchase, immediate. Follow? So these are the three different buyer engagements steps: define action to trigger, define customer enrollment and tiering, and determine recognition. And go to the next one, social CRM and gamification. So as we have studied in our earlier topics, gamification in nutshell is the application of the mechanics of gameplay such as competition, ranking, and scoring systems to the non-gaming context, as you all know that. So this non-gaming context includes areas such as training, it includes areas such as learning, it includes areas such as, recruitment. So here are two examples of the benefits of gamification for social CRM. Which are this? First, motivate sales representatives to use social CRM applications. Okay. Organizations that utilize a prominent social CRM application often have a option to purchase a gamification vendor's add on module to help drive increased use of the social CRM. Each time a sales rep completes a trip report, updates an address or leverages social insight from a customer profile located in the CRM system, the user receives points in the gamification game console. Follow? Whenever each time the sales representative completes a trip report, he updates the addresses, he gives the overall social insight from a customer's profile located in the CRM system, and the user receives points in the gamification game console. So the user has the opportunity to redeem these points for merchandise or gift cards. I want to buy certain merchandise, or I want to buy certain clothes, or I want to buy certain upholstery, or whatever the merchandise is. Or I can get gift cards, which I can gift it to others or use it for yourself. A. B. The gamification application can create what are called leaderboards to show how all sales representatives are doing against each other in the terms of sales, new leads, compelled calls. Okay, how they are doing against each other. Thereby, with this, what happens? It increases friendly competition amongst the representatives. Followed? B. Second one, example, increase social media community participation. Increase social media community participation. So applying, you can say, gamification techniques such as rewards or recognition to a social media community, it helps secure increased engagement by employees, customers, and partners. Followed? So community members get more points or higher recognition as they participate more and more in the community. So gamification taps into the basic instinct for humans to play and has proven to be a way for marketers to provide real value to consumers and a positive digital experience, as well as the benefit of building brand awareness, customer loyalty, and profitability. Because of which brand awareness, customer loyalty, and profitability has been built. So these are the social CRM and gamification explanations. Next, we will study advantages of gamification in the digital marketing strategy. What are the different advantages? First, improve consumer engagement. When I talk about improve consumer engagement, people's relationship to traditional forms of online advertising are changing. What it was before is not now. Agreed? So despite still being highly effective in certain contents, in such as building brand awareness and having an overriding halo effect, marketers are always looking for more effective ways of engaging their audiences. Brands need to recognize the value of multiple touch points in the decision journey. It is necessary to know what all different, we studied about touch points in our figure last time. Okay, so what are different touch points? And the most favorite touch points, it needs to be understood by the marketers in the entire buying journey, decision journey. Gamification provides a way for brands to build relationships with their target audience and influence their decision-making process. So our report highlights how consumers previously exposed to gamification are extremely open to it. In fact, 60% of consumers said that they would be more likely to buy from a brand if they enjoyed playing a game with it. See, I would prefer, I enjoyed playing the game with it, so I would love that brand. I would go with that. So gamification is unique in its ability to keep the brain engrossed and appeal to people's love of rewards, leveling up, and improve customer. The second point, make data collection GDPR compliant. So back in 2018, the EU introduced the General Data Protection Regulation. EU means European Union. Introduced the GDPR, that is General Data Protection Regulation, which provides regulations on the way that data needs to be handled across every organization collecting data in the EU, correct? There has to be certain rules, there has to be certain limitations, there has to be certain regulations on it. So you may remember receiving thousands of emails from different brands asking you to opt in. This left many marketers scratching their heads at the best way to capture data in order to shape their campaigns. So the intentional data capture made possible through online games is a fantastic way of gaining consensual GDPR complaint data, which can be added to your CRM. Followed? So the challenge is creating a hook which is very strong enough for someone to opt in. So there has to be an incentive to provide their personal data. Otherwise, nobody is going to provide you, no? So there has to be an incentive. So there has to be an incentive to provide their personal data in a way that offers a fair value exchange. Clear? So the challenge for marketers using gamification is finding a way of reaching the needs, the desires, and interests of their target audience. So brands which are implementing gamification techniques can give users the opportunity to provide their information, to have their names on a leaderboard, which we studied, save a gamer's progress or unlock different levels. For example, this information can be used to track behaviors, their motivations, demographics of their users. So back in, I can say back in 2012, Nike launched Nike Plus, an app which tracks which I told you, which tracks your run and provides interesting statistics such as pace, such as calories, and location. So this allows to monitor their processes, compete with their friends, and share on social media. Not only was it a great use of gamification to broaden brand awareness and encourage competition amongst friends, but is also provided valuable data for Nike about their customer base. Which are my customers, who are using, who are promoting, who are my brand advocates. So this data could be used to optimize other marketing channels, help develop the product range, and shape further digital strategies and tactics. Clear? Next, target generation Z. Z generation Z. As mentioned on our blog, why gamification is the perfect match for 16 to 24-year-olds. Members of Generation Z are looking to become the biggest group of consumers by 2020. Now we are 2020. So they are, they are the biggest group. So being the first generation to be brought up with such fast pace technology, including smartphones, including tablets, including your AI, while simultaneously having notoriously short attention spans. Marketers are going to have to keep pushing the boat out to attract and engage this generation. It is very difficult. This generation has a very short span of attention. They keep on changing, and with so many tools, with so many apps, with AI, marketers need to be very fast in attracting them and again retaining them. So gaming is almost synonymous with the generation. So putting 2 and 2 together is no brainer. This is number brainer. Gamified content provides the exact type of content this generation is used to: bite-sized, visual, and highly addictive. Gamification techniques are already being used by this generation in education with apps such as Teach Your Monster to Read and what are busy things and so many things. Fourth, maintain consumer relationship. Fourth one is maintain consumer relations. Now, something often forgotten amongst marketers is that relations needs to be mutually beneficial between the brands and the customers. It's a mutual relationship. It cannot be one-sided. So a really exciting opportunity afforded by gamification is the ability to reward customers for their loyalty, for their engagement, and sharing the brand message in a fun and captivating manner. Very necessary. So building relationships with the target audience can be achieved using gamification techniques in a number of ways, including loyalty programs, example, rewards, badges, and points, friendly competitions, example, McDonald's Monopoly game, personalized content, example, personalized games based on a customer data, fun onboarding games, example, American Army recruitment, leaderboards, example, Nike Plus app. Okay, so Starbucks has become a real leader in terms of loyalty programs, offering interactive features and rewards that are easy to redeem. The key to access lies in the fact that the app provides a unique and beneficial experience to customers, where customers gain stars. With the more stars earned, the more rewards. So gamification at its finest. Gamification at its finest. Maintain consumer relationship. The fifth one, increase brand awareness. When I talk about increased brands are always looking for ways to reach their existing audience, new audiences, or reconnect with the old audience. Correct? Brands are always looking for ways, different ways. You get, even when you're sitting at home, you keep on getting messages, no, 50% off, buy one, get three free. So brands are always looking out for ways to reach their existing audience, new audience, or reconnect with their old audiences. So these interactions are intended to provide positive associations and relationships for the users, which hopefully benefit in the long term. So as games are not intended to directly lead to more sales, they provide brands with the opportunity to have a more playful personality. Reflect Digital have recently worked with Betfair to create a number of, what you can say, Find 50 games, which has proved to be extremely popular and have reached large media outlets such as Planet Football. The objective of the Betfair is purely about brand awareness, and gamification provides the perfect conditions for engaging with brands in non-committal, fun way. For example, Reflect Digital is an award-winning digital agency focused on delivering tangible impact, which clients' growth being achieved through a sweet spot methodology. This is where the brand technology and marketing are combined to achieve the optimum point where these elements work in harmony to deliver a successful return on investment. So they continually, what you can say, continually strive to challenge the norm. This mantra runs across the SEO's campaigns they deliver, the digital solutions they develop, and the gamification marketing strategies they implement, as well as how the agencies operate on a day-to-day basis. So Reflect Digital is one of the first businesses in the UK to offer a 4-day working week to all the staff. Can you imagine 4-day working week to all the staff? All part of this, their commitment to challenge the norm. These are the different tactics which are used by the different companies. Now coming to the last point, epilogue. Getting to wow. What is wow? Enjoy, experience, and engage. So wow is a manifestation that a company utters when experiencing speechless delight. We can also learn that 3 characteristics constitute a wow. A wow. First, a wow is astonishing. First, a wow is astonishing. When one gets more than expected is a wow moment. Secondly, a wow is personal and can be experienced only by person experiencing it. A person's hidden anxiety when fulfilled will generate a wow moment. And the third, last one is wow is contagious. It is contagious. One who experiences a wow moment will advocate and spread the good news to many others. So companies and brands must never leave the wow moment to chance. It is possible to design strategy, set up organization and processes, train people to deliver wow across the 5 A's. For customer point of view, 3 levels exist: enjoy, experience, and engagement. For customers, which are these 3 points? Enjoy, experience, and engagement. So those companies and brands that focus on what you can say on the product superiority will simply provide enjoyment to the customers. So they focus on emerging technologies, they focus on the products and services that meet the customer needs and wants. But those that push still further their processes will deliver compelling customer experience on top of their products and services. Furthermore, companies extend their services by addressing individual customer anxieties and desires. They productively guide customers, what you can say, they guide their customers very productively from awareness to advocacy. So they creatively step up customer interactions from enjoyment to experience to engagement. So are you one of them? Are you one of them? I can give you an excellent example here is of Disney, the champion of omni-channel. You can't read about omni-channel marketing without reading about Disney, which has created wow factor. They have set the bar so high, it's what other retailers aim for. As HubSpot describes it, Disney gets omni-channel experience right down to the smallest details. A visitor's experience starts with the website, then moves on to the My Disney Experience tool that can be used to plan every detail of the trip. Once at the park, a visitor can use the app to figure out the rides and attractions and even see the waiting time, for popular rides. But that's not all. That's not all. The Magic Band is a brand that lets visitors unlock hotel room doors, enter the parks, check in and fast pass entrance for rides, get photos. So guests staying on site don't even have to bother with carrying their shopping bags around, as Disney will deliver your purchase to your hotel room for free. Charge food and goodies to the rooms. So you get to see that every aspect of it is consistently branded, effortless to use, and an example of omni-channel taken to new height. This is what is Disneyland about. So this was the final point of discussion of this topic. So it is very necessary that companies should, have the wow factor. Is extremely necessary. You have to set up the processes and organizations and train people to deliver. So with this last topic of we are ending. So let me do the quick summary of this chapter. Let's take a quick summary of this entire chapter. We studied about the rise of the omni-channel. Then we studied about step-by-step omni-channel marketing. We saw 3 steps: map all the touch points and channels across the buyer path, identify the most critical points and channels, and improve and integrate the most critical, touch points and channels. We studied about integrating of the online and offline channels. Omni-channel marketing campaigns that integrate both the online and offline channels ensure that your messages reach out to your customers on their preferred channels, which maximizes your brand awareness and visibility. Then we studied about engagement marketing. What do you mean by engagement marketing? What do you mean by brand affinity? Then enhancing digital experience through mobile apps. Providing solutions with social CRM, what is traditional CRM, what is social CRM, we studied. Driving desired behavior with gamification mobile apps, how it is useful for companies to estimate their marketing budget. They can predict exactly how much to spend in order to gain a certain amount of revenue. So gamification is a smart way to collect buyers' data for both transactional and non-transactional for customization and personalization. That's what we studied. Then what is social CRM and gamification. And the last one we studied is about the getting to have the wow factor. Companies must, engage their brands to create that wow factor and never leave the wow moment to chance. So with this, we end our lecture series on Marketing 4.0. Thank you.